The funeral mass for PNG's boxing icon, the late Martin Beni, was held today at the Sejongai's Indoor Complex. In attendance were friends, family, and members of the PNG boxing fraternity. Beni was 70 years old at the time of his passing last month. The champion fighter leaves behind a legacy of historical significance for the country, not only in the boxing ring, but in the political arena as well.
Martin Beni was the pride and inspiration of the 60s and 70s generation that were swept up by the push for independence by our political leaders. This was the generation that lived under oppressive conditions and endured prejudice and racism under colonial rule. I was part of that generation. Martin Beni challenged the perception at that time that to be white is right, mighty, invincible, and unbeatable. The defeat of every boxer that Martin Beni took on from Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, and elsewhere instilled pride in all our people. Finally, a black native was able to punch white men and knock them down in the boxing ring.
Former KVN Open MP and patron of Oceania Fight Promotions, Ben Micah, spoke of his memories and experiences growing up in the colonial era and how listening to Beni's fights on the radio inspired the young nation's fight for its own political independence.
Martin Beni's epic challenge for the Australian welterweight title in October 1974, held by champion Colin Cassidy, turned out to be a psychological war that extended beyond the boxing arena to the corridors of power in both Canberra and Konidobu. The House of Assembly, which was in session at that time, was adjourned so all members could watch the fight at ringside. Boxing commentators and political pundits held their breath in Australia as the two great fighters stepped to the ring. The pride of an emerging nation was on the line. The feelings of euphoria and sensation that reverberated around the territory when Martin Beni knocked out Colin Cassidy in the 9th round and held up the Australian welterweight title belt is difficult to describe.
Huxley Lovai, Chukai Sports.